most Filipinos only have one source of income. Pero kung masaya ka na at may peace of mind ka sa salary mo, yan hindi mo kailangan manood ng video na to. Bye-bye! So kung naghahanap ka rin ng quick way to earn 1 million pesos, hindi rin ito yun. Bye-bye! Good news! Ilalantad ko po ang 10 sources of income ko at the age of 29 and will provide rankings based on difficulty, risk, and earning potential. Ako nga pala si Rap at wala akong mapapromise sa inyo kundi I will be honest and transparent in my stories. Walang You can expect me to share my wins, but also, most importantly, my losses. Lahat ng ito ay to give you an idea on how investing and saving work out in the real world. Let's be honest, alam kong hindi lahat kayo ay willing to do the hard work to create another source of income. Pero ang good news dito, lahat ng ipapakita kong sources, you can do online. However, this video will not be enough to talk about all of my income sources in detail. Sa channel na ito, I create free tutorials, give away free resources, and share my own personal journey. I have lots of videos planned out for next year, so if you like free stuff, please consider subscribing. Ilang months away na lang ang 2025. So para magkaroon kayo ng idea to create more income streams for yourself and for your family, let's begin by talking about the 7 streams of income of an average millionaire. Earned income is almost everyone's first income. This is when you trade your time and effort for a regular paycheck. Ito yung sahod mo. Most people stop at earned income. Pero dahil nandito ka at nanonood, I know you're not happy sa iisang sahod lang. Profit income is what businesses generate. You can generate profit in 2 ways. First, by creating a product like selling milk tea or show my cart, or by providing a service like pet grooming or skin treatment services. Hindi lahat ay interested or may capacity mag-business, like me in my current stage of my life. Dividend income naman is what you receive from companies when you buy their stock. This is my personal favorite because it's as close to passive income as it can get. Interest income is what you get from keeping your money in banks. Interest can be good, but interest can also be bad for you. Depende if you know how to use it. Rental income is generated from renting out real estate or physical properties. Pwede apartments, pwede ring lupa.
Give me rent.
Capital gains income naman is when you invest in a growing business. Since businesses are not guaranteed to succeed, high risk, high reward ang galawan dito. Royalty income is what you receive for creating a product or service once. Tapos, paulit-ulit kang makakatanggap ng porsyento. A common example of royalty income is when you write a book. A publisher promotes and publishes your book for you. Tapos, you get some amount per book na mabebenta nila. Okay, needless to say, hindi mo kailangan magkaroon ng 7 streams of income to be a millionaire. In my previous video, I revealed that I was able to invest and accumulate 1 million pesos, pero that's just the product of 2 types: capital gains and reinvesting the dividends I received. 3 years ago, I made a video about my 6 streams of income at masasabi kong malaki na ang pinagbago. Remember lang na hindi po ito payabangan na. My channel is dedicated to sharing my financial journey with you to give you realistic examples of how theory is applied to real life. Pinapakita ko ang mga wins ko plus syempre yung mga investment losses ko rin, like yung side quest when I tried being a financial advisor. I'm not saying I will teach you how to get from 1 stream to 10 streams in 1 year, pero I hope that you at least kickstart your journey in 2025. After all guys, it took me 6 years to get my first million in the stock market. Kung ilang taon mo nang iniisip mag-invest, ito na po ang sign mo to do it. Just do it! Most people focus on increasing their salary. They either try to climb the corporate ladder or get another job. While that definitely helps, you continue sacrificing your time for money. Ang problema dito guys, you only have 24 hours in a day. 8 hours kang matutulog. 8 hours ka namang nasa trabaho. 2 hours commute. 2 hours for meals. 20 hours na agad yan. Ang expectation ngayon is pagkakasyahin mo sa 4 na oras ang mga ibang bagay. Like spending time with your family, physical activities, personal enjoyment like games, meeting friends, chores sa bahay, at syempre panonood kay Kuya Rap. Bilib na bilib ako sa mga taong may time to do all these things plus get another job. Kasi ako po, hindi ako interested magtrabaho hanggang bumagsak ang katawan ko. As a software engineer, I work hard for money. But my goal is to switch that and make my money work hard for me. This is the basic concept of retirement. Siguraduhin mong may assets ka to generate income and cover your expenses so you can stop trading your time for a paycheck. If you understand this concept at isinabuhay mo, you will surely be financially free soon. Difficulty rating, 5 stars. Risk is 1 star. Earning potential, 3 stars lang. Capital gains from investing in stocks is my second biggest income source. The stock market is underutilized and underappreciated in the Philippines, in my opinion. Pero I'm glad na nagkakaroon ng awareness ang younger generation about it. Marami nang natalo sa stock market, pero marami rin nakakahanap ng financial freedom from it, especially if you understand compounding interest. Compounding interest is kinda weird. Those who understand it can earn from it. Those who don't, or those who just don't care, they pay it. To give yourself a chance to earn in the stock market, dapat prepared ka to play the long game. Patience ang kailangan mo dito. Siyempre may ways naman to earn quickly sa stock market, pero napaso na po ako dyan. Kailangan mo lang maintindihan na meron lang 5 outcomes ang isang trade. Break even, small win, big win, small loss, and big loss. Focus your time understanding how to remove the 5th outcome at siguradong sigurado ako magpapasalamat ka na sinimulan mong mag-invest. The difficulty rating can range from 2 to 3 depending kung investing or trading yung gagawin mo. Risk is 5 stars. Earning potential is 5 stars din. High risk, high reward nga. Similar to capital appreciation, you can also get dividend income from stocks. When companies earn a lot, sometimes they have extra profit and they want to reward the investors. Yung perang dinidistribute nila this way ay tinatawag nilang dividend or dividendo. However, hindi ka pwede basta-basta pumili ng stock at mag-expect na babayaran kanila kapag kumita ang isang company. As a rule of thumb, smaller companies do not usually pay out dividends kasi they would rather use that extra money, extra income to fuel growth and expansion. Yung mga bigger and established company naman, yan. Sila yung mga usually nagbabayad ng dividendo kasi hindi nila ganun kailangan mag-expand. Hindi rin ganun kakumpiyansa ang mga investors na malaki pa ang potential for growth and capital appreciation. In short, there are two main strategies when buying stocks. Small companies, capital appreciation ang habol dito. Sa mga big companies naman, dividend income. Bonus tip, may mga unique situations when a small company decides to give out dividends. Or sa kabaligtaran naman, yung mga big companies suddenly decide to stop paying dividends. Yes, pwede po nila gawin yan. Pwede lang itigil yon suddenly kasi wala naman sa batas na kailangan nila magbayad. Dito papasok ang mga REIT stocks or REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust, kung saan mandated sila to pay out 90% of their income to their investors. Nasa batas po na kailangan nila magbayad ng shareholders, malugi o kumita man sila. Investing in REITs is a loaded conversation at hindi kasya sa topic natin today. So if you wanna know more about my REIT investments, I explained why I only invest in 4 REITs in this video. For this income source, the difficulty is 2 stars, risk is 3 stars, earning potential is 3 stars din. My next source of income are mutual funds. Kung overwhelming sa'yo yung idea na paghanap o pag-analyze ng 100 different stocks and picking which one is the best for you, then maybe you should consider investing in mutual funds instead. Isipin mo nasa grocery ka, tapos ang dami-daming choices at hindi ka makapili. Limited lang ang budget mo at wala ka ring oras to research which one is the best option. Buti na lang, nag-offer na sila ng isang package kung saan masusubukan mo lahat. You don't need to worry about kung yung isang option ay hindi masarap kasi most likely ay merong ibang option na mas masarap at mas magugustuhan mo. Ganito rin po sa mutual funds. Specifically, yung type na ini-investan ko. Index funds. Sa Phil Equity Index Fund na binili ko sa Call Financial, I am exposed to the top 30 companies in the Philippines. One advantage of this investment vehicle is kung may bad performing stock, maliit or negligible lang ang effect nito in your entire portfolio. On the flip side, kung meron namang stock na sobrang nag-perform significantly better than the rest, then mahihila niya pataas yung average performance ng portfolio mo. Although by a small amount lang din. In other words, if you want an investment na buy and forget lang, then you should consider investing in index funds. In this video, I discussed how I chose Phil Equity Index Fund versus other options. Tapos dito naman, after a few years ay nireview ko po kung tama yung desisyon na ginawa ko. Difficulty, 1 star. Risk, 2 stars, lower than stocks. Earning potential, 2 stars din, lower than stocks. According to one article, ETFs turned out to be arguably the most successful financial innovation in modern times. Just like index funds, ETFs are designed to track a specific market index. Ano ibig sabihin nun sa Pilipinas? Ito po yung nabanggit kong top 30 companies kanina, or in short, the PSEI. Let's quickly compare index funds versus ETFs. Index funds are designed to passively track an index. ETFs naman can be traded in stock exchanges like individual stocks. Index funds are bought and sold after the stock market has closed at a price called NAV or net asset value, while ETFs can be traded throughout the day at live market prices. Index funds require a minimum investment amount, depende kung anong provider mo. Pero sa ETFs naman, walang minimum investment amount. As long as you meet the board lot, pwede ka na mag-trade. In terms of fees, may management fee ang index fund kahit na passive lang sila. After all, kung mag-shuffle ang composition of PSEI, then kailangan nila i-reflect yung changes na yon sa index fund. In my case, PhilEquity has 1% management fee. Instead of management fees, trading fee at broker fee naman yung kaakibat ng ETFs since they are traded just like any other stock. Back in the Philippines, I bought FM ETF every week as an experiment. Dito naman po sa Australia, I'm practicing dollar cost averaging in 2 ETFs, VAS and VGS. Investing in ETFs, difficulty 1 star, risk 2 stars, earning potential 2 stars din. MP2 exploded in popularity in the last 2 to 4 years. Marami nang nakaka-discover ng hidden potential ng mga government savings program na hindi traditional like SSS and GSIS. Ang dividend rate ng Pag-ibig MP2 last year was 7.03%. Hindi na masama for a passive savings/investment program na mababa ang barrier to entry. Sa halagang 500 pesos, you have little to no excuse para at least subukan mo man lang itong investment vehicle na to. Ang total na na-deposit ko na ay 25,500 pesos in the past years, tapos ang current value niya ay 30,007 pesos and 27 centavos. I started saving in July of 2020 and as of December 2024, umabot na po sa 17.68% ang nakuha kong interest from my savings. If you also wanna check your MP2 account's portfolio value, completely online lang po yan. You can visit it via the Virtual Pag-ibig website. Since a few months na lang ang natitira until the maturity of my account, plano ko lang gumawa ng bagong account, bagong MP2 account at ipapasok ko lang ulit yung capital at yung accumulated dividends. Also, based sa calculator ko, ang forecasted final interest na makukuha ko po by the end of the investment lifespan ay around 29%. That's based on a very conservative estimate na 5% lang ang dividends next year. Hindi na masama for a savings account na once in a while ko lang binubuksan. Difficulty, sobrang baba, 1 star out of 5. Risk, also mababa, 1 star. Earning potential, 4 stars naman. May traditional bank account pa rin ako sa Pilipinas, pero hindi ko po yan ika-count sa sources of income ko. I think pretentious at dishonest na kung bibilahin ko pa yon, less than 0.5% lang naman yung kinikita niya every year. Kakainin lang yan ng inflation. So hindi ko siya ika-count. Instead na traditional bank account, nag-open kami ng partner ko ng high yield savings account or HYSA with Tonic. Tonic is one of the digital banks in the Philippines na nag-offer ng shared savings accounts na tinatawag nilang stash. Basically, may 2 types of stash accounts. Solo stash which yields 4% per annum or group stash which yields 4.5% naman per annum. My partner and I decided to open this account together para makapagsimula kami mag-ipon for our future wedding costs. Pero dahil bata pa lang ang Tonic at we don't wanna put all our eggs in one basket, after hitting a certain amount in the Tonic stash, huminto na kami sa pagde-deposit and we just let the 4.5% interest do its thing. Para makapagtuloy kami ng pagsisave, may separate savings account kami dito sa Australia for the future wedding costs. But that's a story for another day. As far as I know, hindi pa kami pwedeng magbukas ng high-yield savings account kasi work visa holders pa lang kami. Dapat maging at least PR or permanent resident para makapag-save kami o makapagbukas ng high-yield savings account. Okay, difficulty, halos wala. So, 1 out of 5 stars. Risk, 1 out of 5 stars din. Earning potential, 1 to 1.5 stars or maybe 2 stars kasi kino-compare ko siya sa traditional bank earning potential. I'm not gonna lie guys, YouTube is a lot of work in return for a very small income. I brainstorm ideas, dump concepts, create scripts, revise, shoot A-roll tapos edit. It's a ton of work na sobrang fulfilling naman kapag nakatapos ka ng isang video, especially kapag nakita ko nag-resonate with a lot of you. Sa ngayon po, my YouTube income is directly tied to how much effort I put into it. Pero naniniwala ako talaga na as long as I stay consistent and be genuine about my desire to help other people, the evergreen content I produce will soon be generating passive income for me. Okay, quick question guys. Meron ba sa audience natin na interested mag-YouTube for passive income? If yes, pwede ko rin gawa ng video breaking down how much my videos make, pero don't get your hopes up kasi maliit pa lang talaga sa ngayon. So guys, if you wanna help a small content creator like me, please drop a heart emoji for the YouTube algorithm. In return, here's a picture of a cute JRT. Difficulty, 4 out of 5 stars. Risk, 1 star, maybe 0 star. Earning potential, 2 stars for now. Ang most recent investment namin ng partner ko dito sa Brisbane ay with CFMG. They are a private company that invests in the development of residential and land subdivision projects. Since yung audience ko for this source of income is quite niche, iiksiyan ko lang. Yung kinuha naming product is called CFMG Monthly Income Fund, and just as the name suggests, we invested a certain amount tapos makakakuha kami ng monthly distributions. So far, legit naman siya at hindi kami na-scam. We already received 2 payouts na pag inannualize mo yung amount, pumapatak na about 8% interest per annum, net of all taxes. Of course guys, all investments carry some form of risk, so please, sa mga nakakapanood po nito sa Australia, this is not financial advice. Difficulty, 1 star, kasi wala ka namang gagawin, mag-invest ka lang. Risk, 2 stars. Earning potential, 3 stars. Last but definitely not the least, may isa akong racket para sa tita ko na may business dito sa Australia. I cannot show you the business, I cannot show you the website, pero in a nutshell, tinutulungan ko lang siya mag-maintain ng website nila since she's busy with other business needs. Yung racket na ito ay inconsistent pa at dependent sa kung may kailangan siyang tulong from me. In fact, this year, 5 hours pa lang ang nasa timesheet ko at hindi rin naman ganun ka-heavy yung load na pinapagawa niya kasi hindi naman siya coding. May CMS naman sila, which is content management system, and that's what I use to manipulate elements in their website. Maybe in the future, magkakaroon ng opportunity to help other parts of their business. Pero sa ngayon, racket-racket lang pag may time. Difficulty, 1 star. Risk, 1 star. Earning potential, 1 star din. Kung umabot po kayo sa part ng video na to, consider dropping a heart emoji, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!